Coach. What going on? What up, fam? How y'all feeling, Tamarians?
What up, though?
What's going on?
All right, doing all right. Let me get myself together here. How y'all? I'm glad y'all can make it this evening. Tonight we're gonna be talking about mushrooms and martial arts, the secret connection. Like, this was hard to title. You know what I'm saying? I was like, we're going all entheogens, or we just want to talk about the mushroom for a little while. You know what I mean? So I think we could go into both, but everybody on this call, we kind of like mushroom folks. I know y'all probably a little more mushrooms than me. Definitely have more knowledge on it than I do. I still consider myself a rookie, so I definitely appreciate y'all. So can y'all introduce yourself and who y'all are?
All right, well, I'm Jason, student of Tamarian, Ahasaki warrior, been with Baba and under his training for 20 years.
I'm Ramasuni Iyi, the son of Ahaki Kilindi Iyi. I've been training since I was born, since before then and after, but just been in the martial arts my whole life.
Word. All right, thank y'all for being here. I guess we should get probably into, how in the world do mushrooms and martial arts relate? Because most people, when they hear martial arts, first thing they do is think of Asians, they think of Chinese, they think of Japanese, they think of ninjas, they think of jujitsu. So we do not hear a lot about African martial arts. People don't even know what the word Tamarian means. So maybe we could, y'all could get all into that. Like, what does the word Tamarian, or why is the name of y'all school Tamarian? Why is it Egyptian martial arts, or why is it African martial arts? Why is it Tamarian?
And basically, the word Tamarian basically means protectors of the earth, roughly translated. And the Tamarian, that's the institute, that's the school, that's the institution that we have. That's not the actual name of the art. Some people confuse it and think that's the actual art, but the name of the actual art is Ahasaki. And then, you have other arts around the world that deal with the entheogens, but it's not just mushrooms. We deal with the mushrooms because that's what basically came about in our region, in Africa, as far as I studied. We have Eskimos that do martial arts, but I'm pretty sure they don't have no mushrooms growing in their region, but they do have something that they chew on and take into them realms of the study, to study with the masters, to study with the ancestors, or to reach some higher levels of teaching. We have a lot of the warm places, like over in Saudi Arabia, every region got martial art. You know what I'm saying? Not just the Asians, but just that the Asians was a little more disciplined and they stepped into it and kept it secret. They kept the tradition. As far as the African part, they keep the tradition too. But being over here in the United States, we don't have no tradition. You know what I'm saying? We really don't have you have people that get deep into the martial arts, but they only take it to a physical level. They don't know that it is something that where you can stretch and get to the sci-fi movie aspect of it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the Asians, they tapped on it, but they got more of the recognition because they did the movies. They were more disciplined. They had uniforms. You had Bruce, producing it in movies and whatnot. So it just got more publicity and more promo. But most martial arts do have that, and how you reaching the higher levels with the psychedelic.
So somebody out here is thinking so you mean to get your black belt, you got to use mushrooms, or you don't use mushrooms until you get your black belt? Or can y'all talk about rank? Because I know y'all system does not have rank, but y'all have mushrooms. So how does that work?
Well, what our system is either you can fight or you can't. That's basically what it boiled down. Because the belt system was developed in the United States to have kind of a discipline and make more of a profit type of thing. Because the belt system started, swimmers used to have different colored belts to show the levels of swim that they was on. So they took that and incorporated with the martial arts, and they just developed systems where you can teach, because it's a family thing. I'm not just about to bring you in and teach you my family secrets. So you have to put in years and years and years, and you have to have something showing that you put those years in. So that's where the symbolism of the belts come in. Because you started off with a white belt, and through your training, it got black from you training so hard, getting thrown around and fighting and whatnot.
So that's
you don't have to. The mushroom. What the thing about the mushroom is, you can only get so high on the physical level. You don't have to do it, but you can only get so far and so high on the physical level training. I don't care how much you do, meditating or whatnot. You can only get so high. But stepping into it like with the mud, like it's other ways to do it, but I don't do nothing else but the mushrooms. So that's what I'm mainly speak on. So there's other ways to get there, but if you want to take yourself and dig deep and actually find out what it's about, then yeah, you step into the mushroom.
When you a lot of the forums, like when we watch this video, a lot of the forums share some of the same animal characteristics as the Asian martial arts. Can Ramasu, can you speak on that a little bit about like the similarity between the Tamarian animals and the Asian animals?
Well, the thing is, everything you can think of as far as martial arts, whether it be jiu-jitsu, kung fu, all of that was already ancient in Africa before it touched anywhere else on the planet. So Africa had highly sophisticated animal fighting systems way before China and anything else. Actually, we're the ones who gave it to them. Even if you talk about Pangea, when things were butted together, you could walk from Africa to China. So there's an exchange there. You know, we went all over the world as Black people, as indigenous to the planet. We were the first ones to go out everywhere. So we were the first ones who had animals fighting systems, all of the anything you could think of as martial arts. We had it fell and rose up again before it touched anywhere else on the planet. Due to the racism in the world, the Asian systems are more put out in front. In Africa, they want you to think that we never put up a fight for anything. So they're gonna keep ours shut, you know, and our stuff is secret anyway. We don't give it out to people. So, and in Asia, you know, the animal is the animal. So if you got the same animals, you know, the tiger may look like the lion, even though it's two different animals. But in Asia, you know, the animal is the animal. So wherever you have a certain animal, it's going to look a certain way. So it may look, the animal in Africa the snake in Africa may look like the snake in China. So it's definitely similarities if it's the same animal. But my whole thing is Africans have it, and we've had it way before anyone else did. Also, Tamarian, when you say that's the name of the institute, Tamarian is an old name of Kemet. Before Kemet, they called it Tamarian. That's just, when you say Tamarian, you're saying a martial arts from the Tamarian times. So it's Tamarian martial arts. It's that time period. It was ancient. It was before Kung Fu, Jiu-Jitsu, and all that.
That's funny because today I got a sword in the mail. I got a sword today, and the FedEx deliverer was a sister named Tamara or Tamara. You know what I'm saying?
There are no coincidences.
Right.
Oh, no, I asked her what her Cash App was. I said, I said, this too much right here. I said, and you put it right here on the door? Because I wasn't leaving the house. I was like, I knew it was coming. I was just like, yo, let me go ahead and take care of you. She was like, whoa. I was like, yeah, you're doing God's work. And then I was just telling her about her name, Tamare. Ta is the land, Ma is the water, and Ray is the sun. You know, and then a lot of people, you know, the word tomorrow comes from Tamare as well. So she said a lot of people called her. She said, I think she was like a second generation. Her mother was named Tamara. Her name's Tamara, and I think she named her daughter Tamara. So I was like, oh, you need to really dig into that, because now you coming to me, someone who could be able to even share that with you. So I was like, yeah. And then I think, Brad, you probably hit me like, no, you did hit me yesterday that we was gonna do this, but I was just like, wow, the driver is coming up with the name of the institute. I was like, okay, let's make this happen.
It's been crazy on our end, man. It's been things been falling together like a puzzle. It's been kind of weird, like a movie.
Absolutely. Now, I see that the brother here. When was this video recorded?
This is on that Insaroma. It was the African Center School. We had like 3 main ones here, but they basically, there's one left, but they basically got shut down. But this was at the was this the Kwanzaa celebration?
It was one of them celebrations at Insaroma.
Yeah, it was one of this was man. It's probably about 10 years.
That's actually me right there.
Yeah, that's Ramasus right there.
What?
But this is, this kind of old right here. This is a few years back. The first stuff we was doing though was the animals. I was doing falcon. Ramasus was doing lion. The Ocean Tribe was doing snake, and El was doing the ram.
Yeah, I saw this earlier today. I really don't even want you in the kitchen messing with no onions, because you gonna have the whole thing like. But if we need to get it done, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna be the one I put on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So how long? Now at the people can get their tickets for the Detroit Psychedelic Conference, which is August the 6th and the 8th at the KI Network. Y'all are going to be doing some martial arts demonstrations throughout the conference, right?
Yeah, we'll be doing a little bit of something. We're doing a little bit of something. Now, I just wanted to touch up on something now. What I was doing, you got to keep in mind, I never did any other martial arts until I met Bob. I started training. I'm 46 now. I didn't start training until I was 27. After what I'm doing on here is a little bit of, I think I had started taking my trips by then. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I was taking my trips by then. And see, the thing about the mushrooms, like, well, I want to go back to what we was talking about earlier. It heightens your senses. It heightens your intellect. So if you have a great understanding of martial arts and then you start getting into the mushrooms, it heightens what you already know. Now, you might have some people who feel like, I don't need nothing to get me to that level. Well, that's true. And we're not saying that you can't get to a superb or a super level without it, but it's only so far still that you can get on the physical level. You know, it heightens your understanding. Like if you're working on computers and you're dealing with the mushrooms, it'll take you there. You know, if you're working on cars, if you're a mechanic and you're dealing with the mushrooms, it'll take you there. Same thing with the martial arts. That's what Baba was pushing. That's what he was pushing to other martial artists, the uses of it, of this technology.
Martial arts is actually not separate from mushrooms. People can say mushrooms and martial arts. Mushrooms is a part of it. If you ain't got mushrooms, your martial arts is not complete. I don't care what anybody says or think. Your martial arts has to have a psychedelic component with it. All of the ancient martial arts had, whether it be jiu-jitsu, whether it be silat, pinjat salat, whether it be anything you can think of, kung fu. They all had entheogens. They took that out and didn't give it to the regular everyday folks because they didn't want regular folks having it, because they don't want everybody else to have the power and information that they had. That's the leg up. And my father just pretty much was trying to give it to everybody, but a lot of people fought and said, hey, I don't need that, but I want that. Actually, some people were actually going to come after my father for giving out these secrets, but can't nobody come after him anyway. So, so he did what he wanted to do. So, but yeah, martial arts and psychedelics go hand in hand. It's like dancing and music. They're together. You don't separate them. It's the higher level of martial arts. You can only punch, kick, technique, and physically get so good. Once you do that for 20, 30 years, now where you got to go? You got to step it up and look at it on a spiritual level. Go train in the hyperdimensional realm. Go fight a demon. Go do other things. Learn from exotic creatures.
Can you please talk about that a little more? Because we know that the martial arts have a big shouts out to Grandmaster Baba Snap in the building. Can you talk about, you know, in this world that we live in now, there's a big area of mental health, but we know that the entheogens have for centuries helped with harmonizing and balancing out mental health. And you hear a lot of people who have mental conditions talking about demons and, you know, people, you know, things from the dark side. And now you're saying that the martial arts with mushrooms, which is a complete system, helps people, you know, go fight those demons. Can you talk about that? Either one of you about, you know, your particular training and how it helps you at in your mental state?
Yeah, sometimes those demons be yourself that you have to deal with. So you when you do mushrooms, you force to face the truth. That's the truth within. So that's where you have people like the ego. I've been hearing people talk about the ego death. The ego death. Okay, how many times can you die from the ego death? You know, you get past that, and then you go get to the next stage of works. Like with me, when I first took my trip, like I said, all right, let me reiterate. Bobby didn't teach us how the rest of the world got his lessons for the mushroom. He started with us with a small group, and he started with us teaching us first, getting in there and see what it is, and then he started giving us purpose. He started giving us certain things to search for, to start reaching for.
How has it helped y'all, you know, in y'all's individual life, with your mental clarity and, you know, like in your family, in your occupations, you know what I'm saying, as just black men in North America, you know, all the stuff that we go through anyway, like how can you say, you know, in your personal journeys, has it assisted you, you know, even if you want to go to a personal story?
Well, so it helped me out because I put it to you like this: I wasn't making T-shirts before I started doing mushrooms. That's definitely for sure. I was searching when I took my first trip. I wanted to know who I was, what was I supposed to do, and what was my purpose. I needed some guidance. I needed to know what was I doing, so I won't just be doing anything. I was able to find that information out, and it gave me clarity. It gave me confidence in who I am and what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? To the point where it don't matter how somebody feel, how somebody judge, or how somebody talk about what I'm doing, because I know what I'm supposed to be doing. So I do it with no fear, and I do it with 1,000% confidence. It gave me clarity on my understanding and the understanding of this world that I'm in. So you know, from my human side, sometimes I might get strayed away. But then I come back because I know I got a task and a job to do, because I went to search to find that information out. I know why I'm here, how I got here, the people that I came with. I'm around most of the people that I came with to get here. And when I say when I get here, I mean to this planet, this dimension. So me just knowing that, it gives me a comfortable, it gives me a place of comfortability to operate how I want to operate. You know, like I don't get straight away with other people's thoughts or other people's direction of how they feel I should be doing or what I should be doing, because I know who I am. So it helped me out a lot with that, just getting the information on who I am, and still too, just it clicked, like certain things just click. Like my mind worked like a machine. Like if you think like I'm not like Bobby, but because if you think about Bobby, he just somehow he just stored all this information, man. Like he was just pulling it from the ether. It's like whatever he had to talk about at that point, it just comes down. Even like when all right, for instance, when I'm teaching martial arts, like when I'm teaching my children classes, I don't have a lesson plan. I don't say this is what I'm gonna teach them. When I go into class, whatever is supposed to be downloaded into me to get them, and whatever they're supposed to receive, that's what they get. And it's effortless. I don't have to force it to come to me with no problem or whatnot. So it does help. Like Muda got a cousin. He told the story. He had a cousin that had a drug addiction, and he gave him some grams and got him off of that.
Ramasu, what about you? How's it help? How have you seen it help, or you know what I'm saying? How has it helped you in your walk?
Oh, well, it helped tremendously. The thing about it is, you know, what we're talking about is not for the mental. It's not. See, what we're talking about, we're not talking about really dealing with mental health and stuff like that. That's a part of it. But as far as us, it's not for the mentally broken, or you can't be damaged. You have to be extremely strong. You have to be more than the average person going into these realms, because we're talking about we're not just talking about the doses of you know, dealing with mental health and dealing with trauma and stuff like that. We talk about going on adventures. We talking about we're going on a quest for power and information. We're not in it for something else. You have to be strong to go into these places. They're not going to let somebody who's mentally weak into these realms. You have to go in there as a powerful being and somebody who is strong and get this information. You have to be a warrior. That's what we're talking about. Now, if you're talking about mental health or something, that's something different. And throughout my life, you know, I haven't really had a lot of mental issues and stuff like that. I mean, I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I deal with, you know, I just walk with who I am. You know, I'm Ramasu. You know, as far as the mental health aspect is, that's not what we dealing with, because you have to be somebody going to taking 20, 30, 40 grams. You can't be, you know, this and the third. Those are, you know, that's some other work, which is very valid. I'm not taking nothing away from it, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about the warrior trip. We're talking about going to get the weapons from the ethers, to get the chakras and the swords that nobody can wield unless you have some tremendous power.
I love just tossing y'all alley-oops, because y'all are bouncing off the backboard and then I get to catch it and toss it back. So when you just said that, I was talking earlier today about the Palantir stone, right? So Baba, you know, with the Plantir or Palantir, the way it was explained to me was, whoever's in front of the Palantir on 20 grams, you got to be able to go, and you're getting this technology, but when you come back, you're bringing it back for the family. So if I go and I get something, I need to come back and report to the family. If you go and you get something, you're bringing a piece of technology back. And as it was explained to me, some of this technology that we're going to get is protected by forces that really do have a real strong scrap game. You know what I'm saying? And you're not going to be able just to go over there and just be like, hi, peace. I'd like this technology that I'm just going to just take from you, that you're just, you know, you're just sitting on it there. So I'm just going to just take this. And I know you're just not going to try to peel my cap here. So I'm just going to just take this from you and just ease on back. And if you do, I can just say namaste to you, and that's going to, or I can say love and light. And pardon my French, but the shit don't work like that. You know what I'm saying?
That's on all kind of levels. Because one time I asked Barbara, like, well, if we could travel these different rounds, like, well, what's stopping us at going at the enemy? Why we can't? He like, no, the same way. He like, they got guardians, they got dragons, you know what I'm saying, defending their spots too. The same way our house got established, and we got guardians too. So they can't just come to our spot. And that's the thing about him pushing, let's establish our house. That's why he said we need more wizards, we need more conjurers, we need more sorcerers, we need more of these things to combat. Like, if you think about it, like, all right, so people might get mad at what I'm about to say, but I really don't care. We are Americans. Regardless how you take it, you are an American. You live in America, you eat like an American, you think like an American. Regardless, we Americans. So we had to establish something totally different. We had to establish a whole new tradition, a whole new way of doing things. You know what I'm saying? There's no getting away from the fact that we in the belly of the beast. But who else could deal with the enemy besides those who live and eat and sleep like the enemy? You know, so we gotta dig deep into it and start getting this work, because I keep on hearing people, you know, talking about it was beautiful and this. He made a lot of sacrifices, man, for us to take it to the next level. Like, you gotta understand, Baba didn't. A lot of these conventions, he was solo. He was doing it on his own. You know, it wasn't nobody putting him up in the room or making sure that he get there or none of that. He'd go to the country that it's in, asking people, where's this place at? Where's this place at? Finding out on his own and getting this information. You know, like, Baba was a real raw dog. And too, Baba didn't go to school or college, man. Baba didn't do nothing but Muslims and martial arts his whole life. He was straight from the hood. He's straight from Detroit. So he talking all this stuff, and he legit with it, and you can't combat him. And the PhDs, they couldn't understand that. You know, just think about how that'll make you feel. You went to school, you got this paperwork and everything, then you got this guy coming saying, I ate 30 grams, and this is what it really is. And he's standing on it, and he looking you in the eye and not backing down.
And he telling the facts, he's not just punking you with Detroit energy, he punking you with facts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I will, if you want to do something, if you want smoke, we can do that. But I got these facts, and your paperwork really ain't talking about nothing, because you talking about the theory of hyperdimensional travel.
Yeah.
But you ain't never even smacked nobody in real life, much less seen a jinn who's trying to entice you to smoke something, and you be like, nah, I'm good.
That's like the people that's always talking about fighting and battle and stuff, and they never been in a fight. You know, you got martial arts teachers and being like, you know, this that happened like this, and the third, but never been in a fight before. So,
Ramasu, what about the you know that, especially in America, and I'm gonna loosen this up for Brig, because Brig, listen, I'm gonna say something that could offend folks. So if I say it and it's my joint, then you can go as far as you want to go. So watch this right here. Is everybody right now swear they doing magic? Okay, like candle magic. I can do a video. I can change this title to candle magic, and 3 times the people who showed up for this would show up because it's candle magic. But then when I say, yo, your martial arts is weak, meaning your magic is weaker. You know what I'm saying? The stronger your martial arts is, the stronger your candle magic potentially is. They go together. So if the martial artists was saying we need more sorcerers, we need more wizards, we need more conjurers, I think that the part of the sentence people was leaving out, or think that he was not implying, was more sorcerers with martial arts, more magicians with martial arts, more conjurers practicing martial arts. What is your reaction to that, Ramasu?
It's all the same. Martial artists are sorcerers. It's magic, in what people are seeing physically here in this dimension is totally different than the hyperdimensional realm. You may see something regular. I could do that physically, but in another realm, that will be the most profound, prolific, most thing that you could ever even imagine, like just blowing off the most profound energy that you could ever see. That's where all of that real power is. That's where all of the magic comes from. That's what it is. It ain't just fighting physically. Like Dr. Strange would be like a martial artist, because you learn, you know, Dr. Strange had to learn a lot of that. And once he drank the tea. But you know, his wizardry helped him fight Thanos and all them other folks, you know, Ebony Maw and all of them. So it's not, that's the whole thing, is that it's not separate. Sorcery and martial arts, there's sorcery in it. You know, I've seen my father literally do things that are supposed to be impossible.
Yeah.
You know, when he fought, he wasn't just fighting alone. He was fighting with power. That's why he was, you know, you may just see him punch somebody, but it's a whole bunch of stuff with it that you can't see. People think because you can't see something that ain't there. But there's a lot going on.
You'll feel it though.
There's a lot going on.
You definitely feel it.
There's a lot going on with that, when you see certain things and do certain things.
Hey bro, what people gotta understand, if you're dealing with this stuff anyway, this is not the first time you did it. You're not dealing with this because it's something that intrigues you. It intrigues you for a reason. You got a purpose. It's something you've probably been doing lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. We're reoccurring warriors. That's why we deal with it. It's not something we just trying to have fun or want to be powerful. Power without reason is destructive anyway. There's a purpose behind it. You know what I'm saying? You got to exercise that purpose. That's one of the main things he was pushing about, man. Let's get this done. Find out what you're supposed to be doing. Find out who you are and what you're supposed to be doing. You're not here for just to be floating around and be doing it. Just to say, hey, I can do this, or I can shoot out my hands, or I can levitate something, or I can see things before it happens. Okay, so why can't you do it? Put something with it. Put some work. It's work to be done with them gifts. And you can't be afraid. You got to get in there. Like doing 20 grams. When I did my first 20 grams, I could say before Baba passed, the highest I ever went was 12 grams. The 7th day after he passed, I did 20, and I could definitely say that the man is right. He always been right, but as far as when you go to that level, yeah, he right. He right as hell. You know, and I can say that with full confidence. And everything he was talking about, he was right. And the only thing, like I tell you, Baba had us question everything. The only thing we didn't question him on, which was disrespectful, was the martial arts, because we know he knew that for a fact. We know he knew everything good, but as far as like teaching and stuff, he didn't want us to rely on his word. He wanted us to go out and search ourselves. Even when we took trips, he asked us, okay, what happened, yada, yada, yada. Some stuff he like, okay, yeah, that's this. And some stuff he like, I don't know what the hell y'all doing. I ain't never seen that. Or, you know, like a lot of people, like when he was listening to people trips, it's key things he was listening for. Like it's key things we can listen to and see when you tell your trips if you legit or not.
Right.
Or we can tell if you're part of the family from certain things that you say or certain experience that you have. And I try not to, like when I speak about my experiences, I don't want to influence my experience. So the next person will be like, okay, well, I'm expecting to see that, or I want to deal with that, or your experience is your experience. Some of them might be similar because you might be part of a certain DNA strand from the Falcon family or whatever, or whoever you are. You might have some similar experience to some people. But your experience is your experience, and it's up to you to believe in yourself and step into your power. Because if you take a trip and you see that you're a pharaoh, then you have to believe that. How somebody gonna tell you that you're not? They wasn't there. You're born alone. You die alone. You can be getting your power taken away from you because somebody else say, "Nah, that ain't possible." How can you be a pharaoh and you living on a 7 mile of my fault? You don't even know. You living on the strip where and you ain't got no car. You catching the bus. How can you possibly be a pharaoh? And you like, damn, man, I probably would have more. Now you just took your power away from you. You know, so you step into this and you find out, and then you do the work. It's work with it. It's not just to be talking about the experience. You know, it's people saying, you know, I'm an initiated shaman, and okay, so what work are you doing then? What work are you doing with people? If you bring them into this and you take them to that realm and you enlighten them, and they get this information, now what? Are you stepping up and then letting them find it, or are you getting them guidance? Because if you bring them into it, then you can't just let them do it, have them just a beautiful experience, have fun, and then go off and do something else. You know, there's purpose behind this. We can't be playing around with it. There's nothing to play around with. You definitely have to know what you're doing. Find out and get it done. Because if you do trips, I'm gonna tell you this: if you taking trips and you're not really finding out what that purpose or that work is, it's gonna drive you crazy because you out here, you know, open yourself up, and now you ain't got no direction. You might be hearing people's thoughts. You might be seeing things floating around. And now you're like, I don't know what's going on, man. I'm not yet, because you didn't keep on going. You need to get some structure.
Man. So I'm looking. I got the video up of when Baba was in Atlanta, and he was talking about like a way that you could like move. He was just talking about the aprons. You know what I'm saying? I see the top.
Skirts.
Yeah.
The skirts, right? The skirts, and he was like talking about like one way the skirt would move.
Ease up time.
Another way to slow down time.
Come on, man, you can talk about it. I'm looking, but it's coming.
The pleated is the pleated skirts has to deal with time. Has to deal with the folding and unfolding of time. You speed the person, you speed yourself up when you turn a certain way, and you slow them down when you turn another way. That's what I mean by your clothing is technology. These are the things that you learn from taking the entheogens. Once you learn those things, you know, people wear certain ancient times, they knew what they were wearing. Folks wear stuff today and they have no idea why they wear certain things. They wear these long clothing, don't know why they wear these long clothing. So your clothes is a technology. It says something. It does something. You know, in them hyperdimensional realms, even in this realm, the skirt will speed and slow stuff down. But in the hyperdimensional realm, your clothing is alive. That snake that sits on your forehead, that's looking around, shooting stuff just like on the predator. You know, that's all your stuff is doing something. Your jewelry says stuff. Your symbols, everything has a purpose and a reason. The pleated skirts have to deal with time. That's why Ra and Peru and all of them were pleated skirts, because they were the masters of time.
Everything Baba had on when you seen Baba out, everything he was wearing, he used all that on. Down from the sleeve to the shoe. Real, man.
Oh man, like hold on. Now y'all making me really go over here. You know what I'm saying? While we shout them out.
It's a moment race. What if December 12, 2012, the world ended, and they just flipped the switch to another spot, and flipped the switch so fast in the temporal realm because that's what Magic starts, to the negative 15. It was so fast, it was seamless.
Pause right there, because he was talking about he was talking about the Sympto realm. And that was one of the things I heard him say several times, like the whole thing don't really start till after 15. You know what I'm saying? He was just like, you're gonna see certain things, but he was like, if you want the mental netta to come off the wall, you're gonna have to go past 15 grams. You know what I'm saying? And man, I wish I could find that piece where he was, because like he was just demonstrating, like I could feel it. I was sitting in the, I was on the front row, but I was just like, ooh, wait. I was feeling like I was being touched. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, you could hear people in the room just on some like, whoa, like, it was just seeming like he was just captivating the audience, but it wasn't with just his voice. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man. Let me see, can I get to a couple questions, because we'll sit here and rap all night. So I had.
Let me say one thing though. And it's just so people will know. People done came to us and told us things that he done. You know what I'm saying? It might be things, it's things we seen and it's things we heard that we haven't seen, but we heard. And I'm gonna tell you, the man was amazing. He was the real deal, man. For real. I just wanted to say that.
Oh, these facts. Thank you, Keisha. She said she already got her ticket. If y'all want to get y'all ticket, listen, I'm gonna tell you, the KINetwork.com. And if you saying, so why is it the KI Network? Well, one, most of y'all can't spell psychedelic. Like I misspelled it like 4 times today. I'm just be honest. But Baba was always teaching about artificial intelligence, how like the white boy had said the other day, he was just like, y'all wearing a mask so artificial intelligence can do partial facial recognition now. It wants you to stand 6 feet apart so you can wear a mask so artificial intelligence can see everything. So now when artificial intelligence, you go to a bathroom, Baba made so many prophecies on that, like in them shows. It was a dude that got arrested in another state because he had a warrant and he was in the bathroom and one of the cameras caught him on facial recognition and was like, this dude is here using the bathroom in this state. And so the artificial intelligence snitched on him, and you should take care of your warrants before you start jumping state lines. But hey, who am I to talk? But artificial intelligence, that's what they have. We have Kilindi intelligence. That's why we call it the KI network. You know what I'm saying? Like, not that I can't want him to, but I can't stop him from coming in small journeys. I took 2 grams. I was sitting with somebody last week and I was back in the network. You know what I'm saying? But that's why we call it the KINetwork.com, because we want to further Baba's mission. We're not going to sit here and know the sacrifices and sit around and tell stories. We want y'all to really come and experience, get educated. Somebody asked me a good question the other day. They was like, so if we go to the psychedelic camp, like, what about meeting other professional therapists who use mushrooms in their practice? Well, if you're a professional therapist and you want to know more about psychedelics and entheogens, you should come to Detroit for the psychedelic conference in Detroit on August 6th through the 8th. Period. It's Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. The lineup is ridiculous. People getting added like every other day. Of course, we ain't told you everything that's going to happen, but you never seen nothing like this before.
Yeah.
And so the KINetwork.com, get your ticket now. Like, go ahead, really just buy your plane ticket so you can go ahead and get your lower rate tonight. Don't worry about the Airbnb because there's no other party in town that weekend. Nothing else is going on in Detroit. We don't have nothing to compete with. We have a humongous space. We have, man, it's gonna be crazy. Like
they just need to come down and get that, because a lot of people didn't know Baba had a network. They didn't know he had a family like Sumerian. We actually kind of deep. You know what I'm saying? All of us not here in Detroit, but it's a nice amount of us in Detroit. Like Baba got some young Babas walking around here. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need to come get at it so we can network. Y'all didn't know the man wasn't alone. He wasn't doing it when they said it's Marian Institute. Yeah, we out here. We here. And we still going strong too. Everything that he put out here, everything he set us to do, You're getting done.
One thing to go back a little bit when you said the facial recognition and artificial intelligence. The question would be how would you combat the artificial intelligence? By becoming a sorcerer. Taking the intelligence to be able to combat things, because they got technology that is so advanced. I don't care how strong you can kick, how hard you can punch. If you don't have some sort of power, you're not going to be able to deal with anything that they got. They got the Iron Man suit. They got the doggone Captain America syringe. They got CRISPR with DNA engineering. They can inject you with wolf DNA. Leopard DNA to make you more vicious, ferocious, and strong and hard and dense and all of that. They got all sorts of things. So you have to become something greater to deal with what's coming.
And that goes back to the animals too, because you're not just mimicking the animal, you embodying the animal spirit itself. So you getting that grip, you getting that speed, you getting that sight, that vision, you getting all that.
Actually, my father stopped teaching the animals for a very long time because a lot of people were getting possessed by the animal spirit, and a lot of people couldn't handle what it took. So he just stopped teaching people because a lot of people would lose their mind. A lot of people weren't stable. A lot of people were, all of a sudden get possessed by a lion and just start, clawing at everything, and people, thinking they crazy. A lot of people couldn't handle it, so he had to stop teaching it. It just resurrected with us,
another generation.
Yeah, another generation.
Yeah, about 2000.
How boom, since you said next generation, let's daydream a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, the other day, Ramasu, we was kicking, and I was like, yo, where you see, we talking about 90 days. Ramasu, where you see 3 years from now? What about 900 days from now, Ramasu? Where you see this thing looking like? I'm gonna ask you the same thing, Brad, so you going next. So think about it. Ramasu, what you thinking like 900 days, 1,000 days from now? Like, what's this thing gonna be looking like?
That's a good question. I see the next generation as being phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? I see unbelievable things coming. I don't look at a lot of these movies and comic books and things as fiction. I look at it as the future. Certain people who came up with these things took their intelligence and they looked at us in the future. They looked at my son, my grandchildren. They looked at the next generation. They know that something's coming because everybody knows something's coming. You can feel it. So the next generation is something that you can't even think about. They're gonna be the ones to be able to deal with the artificial intelligence. Because if not, well, we just gonna die anyway.
Right. Brad, 900 days, 1,000 days from now.
1,000 days from now. 1,000 days from now, first we gotta see who's still gonna be around. Just to be honest. And with the next generation, like Baba put me out here, he had me teaching children at after school programs and summer programs. I've taught thousands, literally thousands and thousands and thousands of children, over 8,000. So just my presence and me talking about African martial arts and giving them certain pieces of their history, because all these was in Detroit. All my students basically was in Detroit. So I'm talking to young black children, and I'm exposing them to something. I didn't wear the traditional garb. I wore like my street clothes, so they could see somebody in their street clothes, somebody dressed like them, looking and talking about this stuff, doing these moves and giving this history. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's not as many of us that we think it is. I think it's gonna be more of them because we got a lot of people coming back. We got a lot of ancestors coming back. These children being born into the technology, already knowing how to work it. So understanding like robotics and coding and all that, they gonna be able to come back with that. Because right now the revolution is fought with technology and money. It's about that bread and that technology. If you want to fight and you want to be a revolutionary and you're not on that tip, then I don't know what the hell you're doing. Walking around yelling about what you're mad about. Don't get me wrong, that stuff is needed, but it's people that do that. everybody got their part and their position. They play that. So those who do the marches and stuff, I'm not knocking you. That's what you there for. That's not what I'm here for. Speaking on myself, I'm not here for that. I'm here for a different part of the fight, and so I stand by that. And you got a lot of children that's coming on that tip, but we have to be honest with them. We have to tell them the truth, and we have to show and teach them. Because the generation coming after us, I thought it was gonna be our generation, but it's just now happening. So with them, they're growing into it. We are being raised and developing in the happening. They're gonna be in the now of it, you know. So they're not gonna be experiencing what happened before this. They're gonna be experiencing what it is at that moment, the change.
They never seen a telephone with a cord on it.
Right.
So they never seen a home phone where you pull the antenna out and you get excited because you had a cordless phone and you just blown away. You know what I'm saying? You just like the battery's about to die in the cordless phone at home. Like I look at my nephew, he don't know what are you talking about? A phone with a cord on it. You know what I mean?
Hey
like,
man, I asked my students about. I was talking to them. I said such the record, and they was like, man, y'all know what a record is? One of them was like, I know what you talking about. That big black thing with the hole in the middle. I said, oh my goodness. You know, it's a lot of things that they not gonna know about, man. And Baba was talking about the preparation for this sci-fi war that's gonna be going on. He was talking about the singularity. He was talking about the robots that'll be able to shape shift and take their feet and turn it into wheels and be able to roll, or take their hands and form them into guns, or have certain projectiles coming out of their bodies. Like these are the developments that we need. These are developments we need these children and the next generation to be on, to be able to physically change their bodies, to be able to physically tap into to networks, computers and stuff like that. The things that they pushing them on, like you know, you from our generation, and our generation is older than his. What we come up with? G.I. Joe, Thundercats, GoBot, you know what I'm saying? We came up with the Celestial and the mystic stuff.
Yeah.
They coming and they're teaching us about war. They coming up with all the shamanist type cartoons and the wizardry cartoons and you know and the magic cartoons. We didn't really come up with the magic. A lot of that stuff was other world. You know what I'm saying? There's physical beings, but they're just from other worlds. If they had magic, that's just how it was landing in your world, because that's where you came from. You know, so the generation, you see how the cartoons, how they push, and now even the movies, every movie talking about superpowers. Like you seen The Boys on Prime, Amazon Prime.
Which one?
The Boys is called The Boys. It's about people with superpowers.
The Boys?
Yeah, it's people with superpowers, but they was giving them a serum. Then you got this movie with Jamie Foxx coming out, and it's a pill that give people superpowers for like 5 minutes or something. They keep coming out with these movies with people developing powers. It's like they're getting people ready for another stage. Like remember, we've seen a bunch of destruction movies, 2012, all these all these movies with meteors hitting the earth and all these things with climate change. You know, and we dealing with that. So now we got to get ready for the next generation with these powers.
And in everything that you see with these superpowers, what's the common thread? Martial arts. In Doctor Strange, he had to learn martial arts. If you go and look at the Old Guard on Netflix, martial arts, especially sword play. Y'all, if you ain't seen the Old Guard, son, that joint is fire.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch that next. Yeah, I'm gonna watch that later on. Then
there's the Warrior Nun.
Yeah.
They're talking about immortals and martial arts and training and mysticism, like, and Netflix, because I'm looking at it like, man, I got an idea for a good movie. Why you ain't green like me? Who's green lighting these movies? Because somebody is saying, oh, how much you need for this budget? Go ahead, make that movie. Because there ain't no shortage. They just like, here go a new one. Here go a new one. Next deck. Y'all giving me some. How is the Amazon Prime and Netflix don't know like what we doing is out here is similar, no matter what channel you're looking at. You know what I'm saying? They even got stories about like how diseases are coming to the planets.
Yeah.
And, I don't know which one of y'all said something about this before, but I just found out about these cats. oh, you were talking about the COVID and all this and people marching and stuff. I just want to go ahead and be like, yo, you can buy a crowd. We just gonna use this as a public service announcement right here. They have a website called Crowds on Demand, your home for protests, rallies, audiences, PR stuff, and political events. Do you see this? Y'all falling for the okie doke, where you got teachers that are on here saying, grow your own mushrooms. I was joking with Ramasu earlier. I was like, you gotta stand in the horse position. Ramasu says, now I tell people to stand in the horse posture. You're gonna have to start standing and hugging the tree and getting your legs strong, or other. This is your option. This is your option. Like they done already made a whole game. Look. They done made a whole game. This dude is the CEO of how we can just give you some crowds on demand. So if you are strategic and it's some sorcery when you're going out there, like I want to see 10 sorcerers walk down the street versus 100,000 knuckleheads, and half of them was hired by this dude. If you're familiar with Steve Coakley said that's called hoe testing. You ain't protesting. If you out there with somebody who's getting paid to protest, that's called hoe testing. And this dude, Adam Swart, telling me, come on, man. Come on. I was just like,
Adam, this guy's name is Adam, first of all, and his last name is Swart. Yeah, he look like a pimp. He got that pimp button loose.
He look like a what, Ramasu?
Yeah. I said he a pimp then, shit. He hoe testing. He got all the hoes.
He got all the hoes. He got the hoes coming out. You know what I'm saying? Like on demand. That's what it says. Crowds. That's the same thing as saying hoes on demand. Your home for hoe tests, rollovers. You know what I'm saying? And like people pay him big money to go get in front of CNN and things like that. So that's one of the pieces. Like Bible was talking on one he did the other day. He was like, the low dosage was giving the warriors sight. He said, so if you could see the lion running at you before he see you, then you could possibly get away. You got a longer start because the lion ain't gonna run over 100 yards. He's gonna run after you for a little while, then he's gonna be like, time, I'm good. I got to sneak up on you and be really crafty because he got so much muscle that's like pumping so much blood. And I can see that. I'm like, me at my little dosage, how much quicker I'm picking up things, and my eyes can see the tomfoolery, or I can like pick up on psychic things easier. And to me, the number one rule in martial arts is avoid. You know what I'm saying? I really don't even want to be in spaces where there's conflict with my particular energy. You know what I'm saying? Because cats like us, they're gonna put us up under the jail. They're gonna be like, oh man, this is so good. You just gave your stuff away to us, and we're just gonna go ahead. Oh, you got a big presence. Oh, look at you down here. So they asking me, like, why you ain't in March? And I'm like, player, we don't do that. We got sight. I can go and take me 10 grams, maybe 7 grams. Or like Ramos, you told me, I go on 3 grams and go up and see from an eagle's eye standpoint and look at all of this craziness that y'all got going on. You know what I'm saying? And then come back with that technology and that knowledge and do something with it. So that's one of the reasons why we on here. So we letting y'all know that when you come to the conference in August, which is never like 2-3 weeks away, you're going to be surrounded by a network. You want to pick up some of the mycelium. There's gonna be a grow class. There's Acacia's gonna be teaching. Brother Ankh is gonna be teaching. I think Ramasu might have something to say. You know what I'm saying? It's about time you get in front of the microphone.
Mudu will be doing something.
Mudu's gonna be doing something. My topic is I'm gonna be talking about the Yiming Zhu, but I also like Baba put it on me. For me, one thing he always emphasized was set and setting. So me being a beginner and set and setting being something super important, I think I'm coming in to talk about the importance, especially for urban communities. Let's talk about that for a little while. You see so many people getting killed out here with a knee on their neck from this little weak ass white boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, how would martial arts change these situations with our discipline and being able to self-protect ourselves versus the way you see a lot of young black brothers out here getting killed. Either one, but I want both of y'all to speak on that.
Well, for one, it's preparation and conditioning. Like I'll go back again and say, me personally, my design is not for the picking and the marching, but it's necessary. All this is necessary, but you have to have preparation and conditioning. If you're going out there, then you should have a martial mindset to where you can recognize formation, you can recognize exits, you can recognize defense tactics. You shouldn't just be out there yelling and not have no type of strategy. It should be strategy for everything. It should be formations. It should be all kind of stuff. That's why you like that. What my man doing, he gonna get people killed, man. Because it could get real deep, and y'all just out there really being actors. And if it go down, it's going down. You know, so like the community we gotta stop that bullshit with the ego. The ego was holding us back from a lot. Just because one person is doing something, they got it figured out. You can't be like, man, just because he figured something else out that you didn't at that point, don't mean it's not valid. Don't mean it's not real. Don't mean it's not something that you should shoot for. That's why he bringing it forth. Like you remember that story? Somebody told a story about the man in the water and he drowning, and the boat come along, and they like, hey man, you want some help? He like, no, a guy got me. And the boat go past mother. Then another one come along. He be like, yo man, you need help? And he like, no, I'm straight. God got me. And they going along. Then when he get to heaven, he be like, God, what happened? I thought you had me. Like I sent you 2 boats. So when information come across, who you think that is sending the information to you? Who you think that is bringing that person into your life or sending you certain directions? So you got to pay attention to that stuff. We need to get off of that, man. If it comes to you, then it comes to you for a reason. You got to take it in and roll with it.
Yes, yes.
We got to start working with each other more and start believing each other more and stop down. And like everybody not right, but everybody got something they can teach. You got to listen to somebody, then we got to listen to each other. Stop thinking just because you got it that you can't listen. You might be wrong, or you might just have a little bit of it. That person that you're talking to might have the other piece of the puzzle. Y'all together might be the answer. You know, so we got to get off of that bullshit and not listening or working with each other, man. I think it just like, and I'm gonna say this too, and y'all might be mad about this. When you got the who is that? The Hebrews and the Moors that be going at it about the original man or where we come from and all that. Who gives a shit? It's too much work to get down for that.
Red, you ain't got to apologize to nobody here on my show. I don't care. They nobody say nothing to you. You say you speak your mind, my brothers. Talk to them Hebrew Israelites and them Moors. Go ahead, ride on them. Say what you got to say, man.
Why are we arguing about where the hell we come from? Because we here right now, dealing with something that's about to take us all out. It don't matter where the fuck we came from. We need to be dealing with what we're dealing with right now. Y'all got the knowledge. Let's take that structure and bring them together and bring one house instead of having all these different perspectives and all this shit. We all getting attacked the same way. So it don't matter where we came from. We know where they trying to send us. They want to send us back. And I ain't talking to Africa neither. So that's one of the main things we need to get off of in the community. We started a little bit. The only time I seen a lot of unity is when we had that blackout. That was the only time. And right now, all y'all got all this money, all y'all hitting all these licks, and y'all ain't doing nothing but buying cardies. And now it's starting. I see these cardies starting to get sold on the internet too. So y'all money's starting to go away. Y'all could have took all that money and did something with it. We could have got pieces of land. We could have bought half Detroit. There's all kind of things we could have did. But we thinking in that single mindset. And these is not the times. These are the times that we've been studying and waiting on. It's happening now. It's not coming. This is what we in right now. So either jump aboard or you're going to fall to the wayside, man.
I mean, the majority of people don't think. They do. They do everything because what everybody else doing. Most people marching is because everybody else is marching. You know, none of that. I'm not even in that reality. None of that is real to me. It's all part of their plan. They planned out everything down to the T.
Talk about the 98% and the 2%, Ramasu. That's your joint right there. That's how you go ahead. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
I mean, when we talking about as far as like the martial aspect of it, is like most people being a warrior, you don't think like everybody else thinks. You don't do what everybody else does. You're a thinker. Martial arts helps you think. You know, you're the person who thinks outside the box. Everybody's in this matrix to where they think the same. Everybody thinks the exact same way because that's the way you've been programmed to think. Everybody's in this program. And once you step outside of the program, that's when you think outside of the box. The main thing as far as martial arts, you don't do what everybody else does. You know to avoid certain things. You know, it's common. It's almost like common sense. You don't be at the bar that gets shut up last night because you already see that it's about to be a problem. I've avoided so many tragedies. You know, I'll be at a party. People call me in the morning like, "Oh, you all right? You all right? You all right?" I'm like, "No, I'm cool." I'm like, why you asking? Man, 7 people got shot last night at the party. I'm like, what? The shooting happened at 10:02. I left at 9:58. You know, it's just that energy. And once you become a certain, if you're a real person, you got ancestors that walk with you. Your ancestors will let you know. You know, you be walking down the street, somebody pull a gun out, about to shoot you, and your great grandmother just happened to poke your side, like, "Oh boy, get down," and that's when the bullet passes. That's the type of things you develop. You develop through the influence and through who you are. I mean, your ancestors don't look out for you anyway, but you develop a stronger relationship because you can go talk to them anytime you want. You know, you could talk to them regular right now, and you know, and they'll hear you. But if you go face to face, you develop a stronger relationship. You could tell them like, "Hey, if you see anything where I'm slipping, let me know." You know, if I get into a fight and I miss, you hit them. You know, I can guarantee you. I say I feel sorry for anybody who deal with me because bombers don't hit for me. I don't know. But yeah, so you don't, you know, even as far as the marching, most people are marching because that's what everybody's doing. People are sheep. Stop following what everybody else is doing. Sit back and think, watch, focus. You know, don't just run out there because everybody else is running out there, but that's what people do. People got all this money, they bought parties because that's what everybody does. You buy parties. So that's one thing is I see that the next generation, at least they're coming through the Tamarian Institute, is going to automatically know to watch for things, to automatically think, to know that that's not just weeds going out the ground, that's medicine. Or food.
Right.
So there's an aspect not just of the fighting, but there's also an aspect of like recognizing things in nature that's taught at the Tamarian Institute.
That's martial arts is a part of who you are. It's not just kicking, punching, and fighting. It's more than that. It's a part of your being, the way you walk, the way you carry yourself. One thing about, you know, you brought up our system not really having rankings. You get titles in our system. Most people never get titles, but some people do. And it's not about being the best fighter because we had some phenomenal fighters beat up literally 20 people by itself with like not even a sweat, who never got titles, which is nothing wrong with that. But we had people who weren't really good fighters end up getting a title because it's about who they are as a human being, how they walk. You ain't got to worry about if this person is on some BS because you know who this person is. That's what his title says. And that's one thing, you get titles in our system. So I forgot where I was going, but I was but the thing is, yeah, it's about who you are. It's about, you know, what you do, you know. It ain't about I can beat him up because Ray down the street probably beat up everybody with not knowing no martial arts. Mm-hmm. So it's about knowing that, it's about thinking, knowing that weed is not a weed, that's plant, that's a medicine, that's food. Knowing that, oh, maybe I shouldn't go that way, you know, let me go this way. Let me think about what I do. Don't just do stuff because that's the program.
Yeah.
You know, watching TV is programming. That's what they call programs. You're being programmed by everything. So you have to think outside the box.
Yeah, like far as like, even if you are a person that do protesting and marching, instead of going down to the city county building and protesting, let's find out when such and such get off work or when he go to lunch. Let's hit him at his car. Let's hit him at his favorite restaurant. Let's protest his favorite bar. You know what I'm saying? Let's catch him when he at the gas station or something, and we surround. Then we ask these questions with bombards and cameras. Like, it's strategy you got to use. You know, and even what's his name, George, the brother that was killed.
Yeah.
The whole world gathered over that, but there's so much more that happened. Is anybody thinking about like why is this the main focus? What about the other stuff? You know what I'm saying? Even with I don't like that I can't breathe shit. You wearing I can't breathe on the mask. You wearing it on your shirt. You wearing that on your body, which is you programming your cells that you can't breathe. I can breathe just fine.
Me too.
I can breathe just fine, and I'm not about to tell myself that, and I'm not about to promote that.
That's the spell. That's the chant. That's magic and all of that. That's the programming. It's all a program. That's a spell that you're saying over and over and over again. You're telling yourself you can't breathe because you just told a trillion cells in your body that you can't breathe when you do that.
And you're walking around with it on you. Just like if you write the word love on a bottle of water, it's gonna be love energy in that bottle of water. Right. And the water in your body, you got I can't breathe on you.
Right. And I got something right here that say legendary. I wrote legendary on this right here. You know what I'm saying? It's legendary. Maybe that was a side piece. But no, when that whole piece about I can't breathe, you know where that came from? A high level martial artist practicing some of his sorcery. Because he got, you know that his sorcery is dope because he got millions of people writing his spell, wearing his spell. He don't even care about making no money off of the shirt, off the merch. Yeah. Most people, if you go and make a Walt Disney shirt, Walt Disney gonna come after you and be like, nah, you can't wear my shirt.
Oh, you better have that license. Yeah, you ain't just about to be good. Yeah.
I can't breathe, ain't got no licensing. So I look back at that and I be like, yo, this sorcerer, he's nasty. He dark too. And I don't want, like, that's a lot of smoke. He got a lot of power. That's why we have to start work, like you said, emphasize and working on our own discipline. To one of the things about martial arts, even before a lot of people, they say, well, one of the first things you got to learn is stop being worried about getting hit in the face. No, the first thing you need to do is come to class. Like you got class 3 times a week, but you only come in once a week. Don't worry about your discipline, how long you can hold a horse stance, or can you hold your fist up. You can't even come to class. Every day class is held.
Yeah.
Ramesses at the park practicing. You supposed to be plotting on Ramesses. You going to practice tomorrow? You gonna be out here at 4:30 tomorrow too? What time you gonna be at the gym? You got to have that type of tenacity. You got to have that type of desire to where you really want to break free from what I call the wall of suffering. You know what I'm saying? Real martial artists. I ain't seen no real martial artists or no real sorcerers at no march. I really ain't watching. But if I go to the barbershop or I'm in a public place, a restaurant, they got on all the TVs. That's a martial artist behind the programming, clown. He is got his shit together. We could get our shit together. That's what Farrakhan was like. You don't have to be like Hitler, but you could learn a lot from Hitler.
Yeah.
But Hitler still was organized.
He was a strategist, man.
He was a strategist. And so us not having strategy nor discipline, street term is you a sucker MC. You a sucker, you a mark. You're easy bait. Everybody's calling you sheeple. Sheeple's a nice name, but in the streets we'll call you, man, you old bark ass. We don't want you hanging around with us. You're gonna tell everything. You're gonna snitch. You can't keep quiet. You ain't gonna bust a shot. You holding the damn tool and didn't even do nothing. You dropped the tool and ran. We saw you run by us. I thought I left you with a gun. What are we doing? So that's a piece about finding your spiritual house. So I ain't gonna keep y'all too much longer, but I want one of y'all to speak on the importance of the mushrooms and finding your spiritual house. Because if you ain't in your spiritual, if you haven't found your spiritual house, then you homeless. The opposite of being home is homeless. So can either one of y'all talk about, like, maybe pass a lesson on that Baba taught y'all, or your understanding of what he taught you about finding your spiritual house on mushrooms?
So when he first started us taking our trips, one of Moodoo trips, the house was established. It was even said the house has been established, and the house was established with us as a group. Like, you could have a house and it could be established just within you, or it might be a group that you came with where the house get established with also. And this house is not just like a hut or a crib with 3 floors. It's a house of understanding, a house of a lineage. You know, it's where you go to get your lessons, or go to get your guidance, or where your ancestors at, or where all our ancestors at, where we could go get these this direction, or this information on what's supposed to be done, or what needs to be done, or how to work on ourselves, or how to get out here and do the work that's needed for whatever you're supposed to be doing. But you got to get in there, and it's not gonna get established if you're not getting there to get it established. So you have to take these trips and get in there and find out actually what it is, or what you're supposed to be doing.
I say also, if you're a lot of the times, a lot of people are already a part of houses. They just got to figure it out on their trips. Houses are different, so what I can speak about my house may not be, you know, what somebody else's house will be. You know, my house is something else. But if you're a part of a house, it takes work to get there. But once you're in, you know where it's your house. You know, if you're a part of a house, you're gonna find it on your trip, on your journey. So you have to be a part of something. You have to be somebody.
Now, both of y'all know that there's somebody watching this right now that's saying, "You mean all black people ain't in the same house? I thought we was all slaves, or we all came over on the slave ship. So ain't we all in the same house?"
I ain't gonna get to that story, because look, man, one thing we gotta understand. Get into it, man. Get into it. Get into it, Brian. Get into it. A lot of what they call Indians, or the Native Americans, from my studies, a lot of those was descendants from Atlantis. A lot of those was here in Michigan already when they started the slave trade. It's even documentation of 22-foot tall Indians that was found here in certain mounds here. My great grandfather came here from Canada. He's a full-blooded Indian. He is also a 33 1/3 degree Mason. You know, so he came from over there. A lot of us didn't come over here on slave ships. They run a nice amount, but all of us wasn't slaves. And no, all of us not from the same bloodline. All of us not from the same house. All of us not connected. Yeah, we black, but everything started when Pangea was together. Everything started in a certain region of the planet.
This is a seed planet. So a lot of people came from other places. There's I forgot the exact number, but there's different humanoid types. There's different type of people. There's crocodile people. There's falcon people. There's different type of people on the planet. This is the planet of the apes. Most of these people, black, white, are monkey people. You know, the apes. They're not. You know, that's the. You know, but there's different type of people. No, we all ain't the same. I know people want to think that we all the same. We all love and beautiful, but no. Most people. Even when we talk about mushrooms, most people are not going to experience what I experienced because you're not the same type of person. You don't have a genetic DNA structure that I have, so you gonna get something totally different. You might get, not saying there's anything wrong with being an ape person, but you're gonna get the ape stuff, and I'm gonna get the falcon stuff. I come from the house of Ra, so that's why I always get the comedic, you know, snakes coming up shooting in the pleated skirts that fold time and all of that type of stuff. So there's different type of people on this planet. That's what Cueto Mufa and them would always talk about. They talk about the different types of people. You know, the people, this is a seed planet. We came from somewhere else. So, you know, there's a lot. No, we all ain't the same. That's why, you know.
27 different types, my man.
27 different types, humanoid types. That's thinking.
Because I know me and my people come from the Syrian star system. I don't even represent far as we be like, well, what's your nationality? I don't say African. I'm Syrian. That's what I rep. I rep my star system.
I be telling I'm from Andromeda, son. I say that shit quick. They be like, where you from? I'm like, Andromeda, son. I'm definitely not nowhere near around here. I got cousins. These my boys. Y'all look at it. Andromeda, serious, nigga. We not like, yeah, I stay in the A temporarily. They're temporarily in Detroit. You know what I mean? That's our cover, son. We Clark Kent and Peter Parker out here in this thing. But a couple of grams will get you somewhere else. Now I do want to know why y'all ain't, you know what I'm saying, why y'all ain't put me up on this right here. Why I had to hear about this from somebody else, man. Y'all play too much.
Stargate.
Oh, here in Detroit?
Come on, man. Y'all.
The whole Hart Plaza is designed. It was a Japanese architect that designed it to be in line with the Luxor, with the pyramids in Egypt. Our Hart Plaza is in line with the Stereo Star System, just like the pyramids are here in Detroit. It's an energy here. Why you think all these people here? Why you think Baba was here in the first place?
But that Stargate is something else.
We don't walk through it though. Me and my, you ever walk through it?
No, I ain't walk.
Yeah,
I mean,
most of me and my brothers.
But it's closed though.
We don't really walk through that thing. Like I don't trust that. I go around it. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I got or whatnot, but I'm like, I don't want something jumping on me now. I got to do some work to get it. I don't. Nah.
Somebody I know closed it though.
Yeah. All right.
That's all I'm gonna say about that.
All right.
Oh, there we have it. There we have it. You know, I take it on good authority that, you know what I'm saying, if you say you know somebody, I'm gonna take it on good authority that they closed it. You ain't out here like trying to make that, so I'm good. You know what I mean?
Let me say something before I forget. I want to. This is totally different from the subject. Me, as far as Baba passing, I don't want to classify that as a COVID situation because I'm not sure, and I don't want to give them.
Speak on that.
I don't want to give them that power. I don't want to give them that. I don't want to give them that. You know what I'm saying? That he passed from COVID. I don't want them having that documented like that. I don't want them saying that, you know, that's what took him out. Because I don't really think that what it was. So me personally, I won't be saying that that's where Baba transition came from. Because I'm not about to give them bastards that satisfaction of saying that's what it was. I don't think it should be documented where they even give paperwork off of that. You know what I'm saying? And that's coming from my brother Tim.
Well, since we talking about that, I look at it as Baba was the person that told me that you choose your death, you choose when you're gonna die even before you're born. So he walked up out of here when he wanted to, when it was his time. So you know, you choose your death. Can't no COVID another take him anyway. So he made his choice when he passed, the way he passed, when he passed.
So we're not saying that's where this transition is from. We ain't giving them that. Period.
I want to say it loud and clear. I want to do with the 3P. You know what I'm saying? That's the 1-2. They're my brothers, and I want to say for real too. For those of y'all who out here saying that Baba passed from COVID, you need to shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not even really got nothing. Like Baba wasn't fucking with you like that, no way. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm gonna speak for me. I'm not necessarily. I can't speak for the Iyi family, but I'm gonna speak for me that y'all need to shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. That's me. That's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? So stop talking about shit that you ain't really got no authority to talk about, because that's trying to project your fear on somebody else to be like, oh, well, that's what I heard, or such and such and such. You know what I'm saying? Fuck what you heard. That's why you fucked up now. Because you always got something to say when you repeating something that you don't know how to fact check. Baba was a fact checker. If you was fact checking, guess who you'd be talking to? One of these cats right here sitting beside me. Like this is who I go to fact check. And as many times I done talked to them, they ain't came and was like, well, oh yeah, you do a lot of talking, so this is what we want you to tell people. I ain't heard nothing from the family whatsoever about it was no fucking COVID. Okay, I talked to Baba at 11 o'clock that Friday morning, and he told me the story about the white dude that was in. If you don't know about the white dude, he was in the fucking hospital room. Shut the fuck up. That's really the message, man. Stop talking about shit you really can't speak on. You know what I'm saying? Because of your fear. So you know what I'm saying.
And at this time, anybody sick, they can they just say you got COVID to keep the numbers up.
Yeah.
If you go in there with a sprained ankle, COVID. You fall out of a plane, COVID.
You pass out. You pass out, you got COVID.
Yeah.
Pass out, COVID. Your temperature is down 93 degrees, COVID. High blood pressure, COVID. And
now we're not to cut you off, bro, but we're not saying that it's not something out here. We're not saying that it's not a virus or whatever. It's definitely something out here that's taking us out, and it definitely should be taken serious. It should be taken with precaution. And just know what you're doing, man. Just know, like, they got masks. Just know what you're doing. Know what's best for you. You know what I'm saying? But don't just go off of what everybody's saying or what everybody's doing. Just know what's best for you. It's definitely something out here. But don't just jump into the rat race and just agree with everything and just take it as that's what it is, because that's what they want you to do. That's what they want. If they got enough of us thinking that way, then that's what it is. That's gonna be our reality. Y'all realize we create our reality. That's around you, you created that. The people that's in your life, you bring the people in your life. The works and the jobs and the things that you're doing, you created that. People be like, well, shit, man, if I had a choice to come here, I wouldn't be living like this. No, you made that choice before you came here because you know you could deal with it. But when you get here, you're like, oh, shit, this is hard to do. But you could deal with it. You could do it. And surround yourself with the right people. You have to have the right people around you. You have to have your kind around you that's thinking and doing like you. So y'all can manifest and do the same things. Like my brothers, everybody that's around, we found each other. There's still people coming to find us. You know, we got a big family. We all out here. We slowly but surely coming together and finding each other. Find your tribe. Find your people. Find the people you're supposed to be doing the work with.
Whoever you're supposed to be around, you're gonna end up being around.
Mm-hmm. I've been looking for you, God, since 2003. These facts.
And look, a few maybe like the 5th or 6th year of my training. Of course, every time Bob talks about something, I miss class that day. But he was like, 7 years, y'all decided 7 years ago that y'all was gonna come to me. This is what he told our class, man. Certain people in the class that was, that was there. He said he already knew. We decided 7 years ago that we was gonna come to him. I didn't even know him 7 years before that, physically. So who you around and what you doing, you supposed to. If you went to the warrior shit, you went to the magic part of doing things, you supposed to. Jump into it. It's a reason.
But it's not easy. I say people think they're gonna take mushrooms and they're gonna have the secrets and do all that. It is. You have to be very. Well, you have to be extremely strong. You have to really want it. You have to stand out in the rain on the floors of the temple for decades to get this power. You have to be strong enough to do it. Like I always say, I always talk about the movie Dracula, when the guy was climbing the mountain, clawing up, getting up, fighting with every inch. The vampire was saying, I've been waiting for somebody powerful enough to come get this power. So you have to be strong enough to even, like in the Mahabharata, you got to be strong enough to wield this bow. You can't beat anybody. You got to be able to pull this back. Can't nobody do this except for somebody extremely powerful.
Yeah, and you got to be brave enough to get the lesson, because you might take a trip, you might do a 20 gram, and then some might walk out with 4 heads, a head in their chest, head on their shoulders, and a head in the middle, and they got arms coming out of their arms and arms coming out of their legs, and they walk up to you. They might want to teach you something, but if you see it and run, or you in fear, or you bowing down, it's not going to show you nothing. You have to let your balls hang, women too. You got to get in there, and you have to be brave. You have to be, you have to step into your power. You have to know who you are. You have to be confident in it to get this information. You have to.
Dooley gonna be speaking too. If y'all see my man Abdul Wilkins, affectionately known as Dooley, Dooley gonna be up in the joint too. Dooley, you can jump on some of this. He said you can jump on some of this Cambo medicine for the COVID too. Like that's not. I'm not gonna say that's over your head, because entheogens are exploding everywhere. But at the same time, for every explosion that's exploding with somebody, like they light going off, you got a whole wall of darkness that's like covering up that many people. So this is when I first met Ramasu. He could have just jumped me or something. I was at the mall on the way to go see Jerry and Kilindi, and then I seen Ramasu the next day. I was like, "How you doing?" He was like, "Oh, I seen you yesterday at the mall." I said, "How you see me at the mall yesterday? I ain't see you." I mean, who's that? Like I don't know how many stores at the mall. All these people. He was like, "Yeah." He said, "You stood out."
Okay.
What's that, Fairlane? Oakland. Oh, Oakland, okay.
He was like, "You stood out." I was like, bro, I was sitting down chilling. I wasn't really like making no scene or nothing. And he was like, Baba said 98 out of 100 ain't even got no soul. So it's gonna be easy for you to see the people who got a soul. Mm-hmm. So day before yesterday, I'm on the phone and I'm walking up the sidewalk, like up the street, and my man got them grow kits. We got them grow kits on KI Network too, son. If y'all want to get them grow kits, from my man. You know, don't worry about what his name is. You will get them grow kits. You can see it. But I was going to look for some mini tubs in Family Dollar. You know what I'm saying? And so I went into Family Dollar. I ain't had no mask on. You know why? Because I'm a martial artist. I know how to breathe. I'm also a scientist that know a virus must have something to eat off of in order to survive in your body. COVID lives off of carbonic acid. That means that's ice, sodas, cigarettes, an acidic diet, stuff over your mouth. You breathing in your own carbon dioxide. That's how I don't do that. So COVID don't like me. Man, I walked in Family Dollar, son. The line was all the way back down the aisle. The chick behind the cash register was like, "You ain't got no mask on. You got to get out." Oh my God. Son, she's damn freaked everybody out in the whole line. And I was like, I probably got more money than everybody in this whole line. Everybody could walk out of here. I could probably give everybody $100 right now. Y'all in here buying $3 this and $3 that. And now her fear is the story that y'all are about to go tell.
Yeah.
She's up under this spell, and she's an advocate for that. And so what I did was I just heard Ramasu. Ramasu was like, the 98 is in there. You don't need to be in there. Keep your money. You go on Amazon.
What's the next spot?
Most people are programmed in the Matrix. The lady in the red dress. Unless you unplug, you're gonna be in the system. You're the program. People are in the simulation. They are the program. They're not real people. They're programs.
That's part of the martial part. Like, man, I've been training for 20 years. I haven't had no fight with nobody. 98% of my martial arts been used on mental warfare and just keeping me out of, falling the right time or not being in the right places, or just using my mind to figure out certain situations, or just playing a chess game from a martial art aspect with people.
I will use them in the bedroom, though. I will take some of my martial arts skills in the bedroom. I'm just talking about
that's part of it, man. That's
it's really do say he does
a physical being. I can tell you that.
Yeah, this do say martial arts. Now, for those who know, what I'm saying, my shirt, I knew what I was doing when I put this on. You know what I'm saying? You might be reading one thing. I'm telling you, it says martial arts. Okay, just get it together. If you want one, go to see my people Semi-Sex on Instagram. She got all flavors. Even
if you're talking about sex, you can download martial information into a woman. Sex is an exchange of information.
Talk about it. Come on, Ramsey. Come on, talk about it.
I done been with women and they all of a sudden start having dreams of wars and fighting and extraterrestrials and stuff like that. So it's a downloading of information. You can be full of this martial knowledge and information. That's how people get it. So and that's one reason you got to be careful of who you with.
Because download some unnecessary information.
You might be downloading some nonsense. But if you with a doggone superhero, you gonna download some super information.
If you with a super idiot, you're gonna download some super idiot.
Your children will come out automatically having some martial techniques. My son, genetically has, stuff that other children don't have because of who his grandfather is, who his father is. Martial energy. My father, I'll say, specifically created me for this. So that information gets downloaded. That's what people don't understand, that sex is an exchange of information.
Yeah, even down to my grandchildren. My grandchildren born with this information. As soon as they born, there's certain hand signals and things that I do that activate them as soon as they get here, and they'll do it right with me. So very young, it's already in your DNA, but you awaken an ancestral DNA that activates even more the more on your journey.
When you take mushrooms, every trip unlocks certain DNA. So all of that information gets stored from the mushroom, from you. Like I said again, downloading information, exchanging information. It's all about information.
Now I'm having a whole toad situation going on right now in my mind, just like, but we ain't really, I don't really want to push that envelope right now, but everything I was saying, I'm definitely appreciative to call y'all my cousins and my big brothers. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the oldest, but y'all my big bros. So you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of honor and respect I got for y'all.
Same here, man. Same here.
Doing what y'all doing, you know what I'm saying? And like it even can happen in a memory, you know what I'm saying, about my particular character. You see what I'm saying? Like to be associated with somebody like a Hati, like my martial skills ain't, you know what I'm saying? But guess what he called me? He called me by my title. He was like, Coach. Like even when he met me, I was Kair. I was Coach Kair. And then when he came down to the A, I was like, Bob, I changed my name. And he was like, what? I was like, yeah, it's OU now. And so like, I mean, it was like days after I had changed my name. And so he was sitting in the crib and he was like, OU. And I was like, oh shit, that shit done stuck. The OG done down. And then we was at the remember we was at the workshop and he was like, yeah, Coach OU. I was like, Bob, it ain't Coach OU, it's just OU. He just kept on going. He was just like, yeah, Coach. You know what I'm saying? And so
you lucky because there'd be people around for years. He don't be remembering that. He don't remember none of my friends' names. Nobody. So you somebody if you remember your name.
Yeah. And too, man, one thing about Baba, man, I don't know if people realize, but Baba loves black people, man. He supported a lot of things. Even if you believed in it enough, it was all right with him. You know what I'm saying? He never knocked nobody's studies. He never knocked nobody groups. He never knocked nobody organizations. If you was black and you was working towards something, then you know he like, okay, cool, do your thing. Because he like, who am I to say that's not what you're supposed to be doing? Who am I to say that's not who you are? You know, I never heard him diss nobody, man.
No, throughout my life, I've never seen him talking mess about anybody. If somebody was on some BS, he might mention that they was on some BS if that's the conversation.
Now he'll whoop your ass though if you was on some BS.
But I've never heard him talk mess about anybody.
Never, man.
I've known him my whole life.
Never. If he did, it wasn't around us.
If I say before I was born or something.
Right, it wasn't around us. And he supported a lot of people, man. He supported a lot of groups. Like, even with the marching and stuff now, he wouldn't speak on it. He'd say how he feel, but he wouldn't talk against it, you know?
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna run over here and show the fam where they can get these tickets at. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna speak on the genius. You know what I'm saying? Of my teacher, your father, your teacher. He built this site and let me hold a laptop and was like, "What do you think?" And I was like, "Bobby, you built this on Weebly?" He was like, "Yeah." I said, "You built the whole thing?" He was like, "Yeah." So when he left, he took the password with him. But I also felt that, like you said, if I was supposed to meet him and I made the decision 7 years early that I was going to meet him, I also made the decision that I was going to know how to clone this website and then let's make this joint happen. So y'all ready to get y'all tickets? I just want to say, like, I cloned it, but Baba built this whole thing. You know what I'm saying? He built everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? He put these pictures up. I'm changing the dates because we got to. Like even here, I gotta go in here and change this because it's not the 7th, 8th, and the 9th. It's now I caught a mistake I ain't made. This is how you know Baba made this. He didn't even put the like where it was gonna be at. I still gotta go in and finish like where it's gonna be at. But when you come and buy your ticket, what does it say? Click on the mushroom. When you click on the mushroom, guess what happens? Magic happens. Every time you pick the mushroom. You click on the mushroom, you get your ticket for $250. If you need like some kind of student discount or something like that, hit the contact us button. You know what I'm saying? But when you come and get your ticket, you will see the address right here. It's at the Bushnell Congregational Church. Okay? Ladies, we will have Ramasu walking around giving out massages with no shirt. Okay, we just want to be clear with that. All right. So he might be doing some foot massages, but you got to come in. You got to buy 3 tickets. All the ladies who buy 3 tickets, Ramasu will be rubbing his beard on your feet and giving you a foot massage. Okay. But if you need, like, if it's something that you got like a needy case or something like that, just come on here. Like Baba picked this picture, not me. You know what I'm saying? He picked all this. He's displaying his artistry.
Yeah, he was dope.
He's displaying it. So just come over, please leave a message, and we definitely will get back to you. I also want all of you, before you get to the conference, 2 episodes. You could just go to blogtalkradio.com/Khayr, or you could just type in Kilindi Organic Singularity. This is episode 9. To me, is one of the most firest episodes out of the 13 episodes that he did. If you don't know, say what?
No, I was just wondering that I don't know if I listen. I don't know if I listened to all of them. I've been going through them. I'm trying to make sure. I'm thinking if I had listened to that one yet or not.
I noticed too. Like when he talking to somebody like you on the Blog Talk Radio, he'll go a little bit deeper than he would, you know, talking at like a conference or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, he just scans the surface and does his PowerPoint. But when he's talking to like one of us, you know, on a you know, predominantly, you know, black radio show, he goes in a little bit harder.
He was opening up Pandora's box. He was kicking the it was kicking the door, waving the fofo. You know what I'm saying? That's what it like. Any one of these you could put up against, like, is this some of his best work? We never knew what the next week's show was gonna be. The Journey of the Spiritual Warrior, like, you better listen to that one. This one about evolving as a sovereign. This was the one where he was talking about finding your house. The Story of the Matrix Part 2, because, you know, he was already kicking it, you know, breaking it down at the very beginning, the who, what, when, how.
But check this out, bro. What's even deeper is, in a lot of those interviews that he did with you, a lot of those interviews he was talking to us. It's like stuff it's crazy, man. It's a lot of stuff in them interviews he talking to us like for right now.
Man,
crazy, man. Like, it's stuff that we've been questioning, or it's lessons and stuff, and a lot of that stuff, man. He was out cold with it, man.
When was that you? He did one about becoming an ancestor.
Yeah, that's what I did.
But because I swear I was because there's certain things that I felt like, you know, what our traditionally you only get certain things when you become a certain age, and I'm listening and I'm like, you know, certain things you get when you turn 40 and up. Because when you get certain things, you have to be certain mature, you have to experience stuff in life. And I'm like, damn, I'm not 40 yet, you know, I didn't get initiated in this, I didn't learn this. And that's what I was feeling. And then I was just listening to one of his lectures that you did about him becoming an ancestor. He literally said, like, I felt like he was talking to me directly. He said, if your teacher died before the last lessons, you take 20 grams and you go get them. And I was like, no, I guess that's what I got to go do.
Man, he left so many codes.
It ain't supposed to be easy. Mm-hmm. A lot of the stuff he didn't give you because you had to get yourself. You know, it may, you know, shoot, when Yoda died, you know, Luke was looking like, you know, I didn't get my lessons. So we actually the Jedi ourselves. So, you know, it's pretty much the same thing.
And he knew who we was too. Like, he knew who Ramesses was because he brought him here. But he knew who all of us was. He just couldn't tell us. We had to tell him.
Man, tell you definitely wasn't getting it out of him. Did y'all listen to this joint that I sent y'all? Did y'all listen to this joint?
Yeah, that was sweet.
This joint, like, this piece.
Panics with other things, and because simple, but it's true. The 13-4 was great because the ones that when they came out of it, when they faced real reality, you thinking you're one thing every time. Ain't nothing lost. Everything's happening at the same time.
Like that piece right there where he was like, ain't nothing lost. Everything's happening at the same time. You close your eyes right here, then you open your eyes and you're on the other side of it. You know what I'm saying? That was like, because I've been angry about, my nigga, I talked to you early that morning, and what the fuck you doing leaving? And then he just like telling me right here, he just like, my nigga, I'm on the other side. You know what I'm saying? Like, relax. What is you angry about? You was right there when I said this. Why are you not?
One of the things is he always said the only thing that's impossible is you can't die.
You cannot.
Yeah.
But we can't deal with this artificial intelligence if we don't start dealing with our consciousness on a higher level. And mushrooms have that. Nothing wrong with ayahuasca. I'm not saying anything wrong with ayahuasca or the ayahuasqueros. I'm saying that most people are getting tricked into tourist entheogens.
You hear him kicking the door right here. This right here. He got the 4.5 ready right here. Like, if you ain't got the bulletproof vest, don't listen to this next piece.
And people are so scary.
Woo! He was like, people are so scary.
Yeah.
So scary. Hey, you hear the queen? You hear what she said? She said, run that back. She said, run that back. She said, run that back.
People are getting tricked into tourist entheogens. And people are so scary. This thing. You can't send it. You can't walk down the middle of the road. You either gotta be hot or cold. You can't be lukewarm. You got to challenge this thing. You gotta push yourself.
Yeah.
You Ramsu, here come Ramsu, that Dracula, here come Ramsu.
You gotta scratch and claw for the power. Scratch and claw for the knowledge. You can't just sit here and start on the University of Chicago, think that you're a master or something.
He throwing shade right there. He just
Yeah, that was definitely a shot.
Somebody called a little 4-piece. Somebody was like 4, 4, 4, 4.
Yeah, that was definitely shots fired.
That was shots fired. Hold on, let me back that up. Shots fired. Bobby, shoot him again, Bobby. Hit him one more time.
For the knowledge. You can't just sit here and stuff. You went to doggone the University of Chicago, think that you're a master or something. Or if you just make something up, you think you're a master or something. You gotta go and see what these ancestors were doing. Real time, face to face, mouth to ear. You can't do what they're doing because they ain't doing what they're doing.
I was gonna stop it right there. He was like, you ain't doing what they was doing because you ain't doing what they was doing. Like that shit right there, like you can't do what they was doing because you ain't doing what they was doing.
Right.
And bro, how that whole, I'm gonna just tell this story one time, how that whole beat came together. I've been this beat been in my head since 82. And then my cousin is an engineer. He like all the big people in Atlanta go to him. So he's always like, man, you want to go in the studio, man, you just let me know. So he was just like, yo, he charged me $100 for 2 hours. I went and told my man, he was like, bro, you didn't charge, like he gave you that. Like stop for charge $500 an hour. He let you get 2 hours for $100.
Yeah.
I did the beat, all beatbox. Boom, 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 boom. That joint been in my head since 82. And I was like, man, I want to get this out of my head. So boom, he put the mic, got it out of my head. He was like, do the beatboxing, do the humming, do the click. And then he was like, all right, come out. And so he was just in there playing with it, just moving the highs. He was putting it together. And I was just watching him just like do the whole thing. And he was like, you gonna spit on it? I was like, nah, man, I don't really rhyme like that. I'm gonna just like wait until I said, just give me the instrumental and I'm gonna take it home and just listen to it. I said, it's the vibe I just want to be on for the next couple of weeks so I can stay consistent. So while he was doing that, he went and pulled he went on YouTube and Abraham Hicks came up. But he had the beat playing and then Abraham Hicks was on top of it. And I was like, ain't no white woman gonna talk on top of this. I said, if anybody gonna talk on top of this right here, I said, let Baba spit on it. He was like, and he met Baba. He came to pick me and Baba up. He was giving us rides when we got here. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, who is this? I was like, man, meet us here. Somebody you need to meet. So when I told him he passed, he was like, what? So we went. I was like, go to that Organic Singularity, download it. He downloaded the whole thing. And then I was like, go pull this piece right here. And he pulled that piece. And we sat there for like 30 minutes, like decided how much of it that we was going to put on there and like that right there. And then I was just like, then when I decided what it was, then he started putting the echo in the back. And he started adding other stuff to it. And I was just like, oh my God. I was like, yo, Bobby, you in the fucking studio right now. Because like I said, I had no plans on being, oh yeah, I'm going to go make this beat and put Bob on it. I was just like, I just want to get this out of my head. And then all of a sudden he was like, oh, you ain't gonna spit on it? I got something I can spit on it. And that joint. So, but I used to make stuff like that. Like Farrakhan stuff and Malachi York stuff and put beats on it and like just put beats up under the bottom of it. But like that now at this point, like my G, like I'm trying to see can I have 10 tracks done before I get to Detroit next week, so I can like let me get a table, let me sell something. You know what I'm saying? I got this Iyi mixtape. Now that shit for free, man. I ain't selling nothing. I'm joint, man. I ain't got to make no bread off a bottle. I'll take it really.
That gift bag or something. We pass that out or something.
Y'all can get that. You know, hey, that
I got this CD from Detroit. You had to be in Detroit to get this CD.
You had to be. You're gonna have to be in the D. You know what I'm saying? Like this ain't even on the internet yet. Like I got this at the house, and y'all got it. Certain individuals. Only fam got this first. I had to see the fam give me permission. Now let's go make another maybe. But I've been listening to this shit right here like all day today.
Yeah, it came out dope. It came out dope.
Absolutely, I appreciate it. So man, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm getting hungry. It's 12:30. We late hours. I know y'all gonna be up another 2 hours. I might be up another hour, but we don't say enough. We done had to say. If y'all want to get down with the get down, we're gonna be in Detroit, August the 6th. Let me switch. What my we're gonna be in August the 6th. August the 6th, 7th, and 8th. The 6th is going to be like just
meet and greet.
Yeah, just meet and greet. Yeah, like I mean, I could go behind the scenes right quick. You know, just for those who stayed on this late. I'm gonna just go and show y'all behind the scenes real quick. So all the pages is done. Bread is making the t-shirts. You know what I'm saying? We got some fire coming out here for y'all. Like I said, Baba made. Where's all this at? So this is the workshop schedule. Well, not the cultivation workshop. My bad.
Hey, yo, you know what impressed me? One of the many things that impressed me about him. What's that? How when it comes to technology, a lot of people that was older wasn't into it or wasn't on it. Man, he was for the past 20 years. He been up on everything a year or two before it came out. Like he was always advanced like that, man. It was a trip.
Man, the fact that he was just like he kept saying, "I'm gonna build." I was like, "You need some help on the website?" He was like, "I got it. I'm gonna build it. I'm gonna do something." Blah 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 blah. And then next thing you know, he done come over there and figured out like what is the like this. I gotta make sure. Okay, that's going to his email. Yeah, like y'all can just send the email straight to Kilindi Iyi at Gmail. Do not send nothing to his old email. We cannot get it. We don't have access to it. All right. So please don't send anything to his old email. And if anybody bought tickets on the old website at the old price, we are honoring that. Okay, we are honoring the old joints. Man, what I put the t-shirts at? They on here, bread. Don't worry about it. You ain't get knocked off. Oh yeah, this is what I was supposed to change right here. 6.
I'm gonna make a few copies. I should have a few of the old ones too at the conference. The old conference shirt, like this shirt right here, in the first conference shirt.
All right, how much the shirt's going for?
Shirt's going for 25.
Is it 45?
25.
Is it 45? What you say? I thought you said 45. Would it get 3 for 50? Is that what you said? What is it? 3 for 75? Is that what you said? Something like that. I thought something like that.
We had a price on the site.
Okay, there we go. Okay. Y'all heard it here. Y'all see what I'm trying to do? Like, man, it's out here. Mycologists, educators, students, herbalists, historians, midwives, psychotherapists, and others who have a passion for entheogens and their many healing, spiritual, ancestral, and medicinal uses. We share our expertise and experiences on psilocybin, the magic mushroom, the South American brew ayahuasca, the African mystical herb ibogaine, and the world's most powerful entheogen, DMT, along with LSD, cannabis, and others. The reemergence of this cutting-edge psychedelic. Hold on. Look. I gotta put the 5-MeO in there.
Okay, yeah.
Gotta put the 5-MeO DMT. We'll be represented. The reemergence of this cutting-edge psychedelic research after the 40-year hiatus makes it a right climate for talks on this seemingly taboo subject. Conferences and information abound in the UK, Europe, and Australia, but never before has it been available in the Midwest. And I might take this and put on the homepage. I ain't even fronting. Like, I might want somebody to read this like at the beginning. And this all Baba's words. It's all, he wrote all this. He put every picture down here. You know what I'm saying? He got the peyote down here. He got the Igbo Gang tribe. He got the mushrooms. He got the cannabis plant on here. And the speakers, man, we come in with that heat, man. He picked Maria Sabina to put right there. You know what I'm saying? Sophia Bugs is gonna be in the building. They go Baba Mudu in the building. They go Dooley in the building. They go Brother Ankh in the building. I'm trying to get in contact with Demetrius. I sent him a message the other day. Spirit Traveler is gonna be in the building. Brother Omari Miles L, he gonna be taking it out on Saturday night. Man, Ankaru, he coming through, and he's gonna be having the off-site the chocolate mushroom with the sound vibration. But he just called me yesterday and was talking about he's gonna be doing a presentation about the Detroit Stargate. So that's gonna be crazy. I don't know. I haven't been in contact with Jonathan Thompson, but I think he's gonna be there. Oh Lord, y'all know KT Arts degree is gonna be on fire, and
he always be here.
I need to get in contact with Onyx.
Onyx, okay.
Because I haven't
you
talked.
got the information?
I do not. So if you can call him, put us on the three-way call or something, or text me his number so we can make this happen. And then Captain AK.
Yeah.
Captain AK is gonna be blowing. She kicking in the door, waving the 4-4. You see the Yi you around the neck. Don't sleep. Let's make a picture a little bit bigger. That's Captain AK right there. That's Captain AK. Let's get come on, KT the arts degree. I gotta get him a little. He gotta get a little more size on him. You know? We got it. That's Dr. Sadie's nephew out there in this joint. Woo! And for certain. And guess what? We are leaving this right here. We're gonna make this one bigger too. Let me go ahead and put some size on there right there. There we go. This how I be doing, yo. That's why I gotta get back home. What I tell you, Ramos, I gotta get back home and get in my zone so I can damn make this whole thing like really, really, really pop. When I hit the publish button, voila, it's up live and direct. Like y'all seen it here first. Get your tickets right now, man. Don't wait. And then you get there and we be like, oh, we ain't got no room and blah, 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 blah. Nah, man. We're gonna have tents outside. I gotta put all that out there. Big shouts out to Kai Wingo. Always, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Baba put it up there, so guess what? It stays up there.
Yeah, stay there.
It stays up there. Yeah, so and we're gonna put this is the conference schedule. So I'm still working on this, but basically on August the 6th, at 6 o'clock, registration and reception, 7 o'clock to 10. It's gonna be open, free to the public. No, we will not be doing no psychedelics on site. Let's repeat one more time for the people. Understand that we will not be doing there'll be no psychedelics for sale. Ain't nobody got no LSD for you, no nothing. Period. Okay, this is a legal thing, so you go buy some marijuana at the dispensary. So
it's legal here in Detroit, so in Michigan,
Right, don't come asking nobody, do they got some? No. We're not telling you to bring your own, and we're not telling you that we're not selling nothing. We got t-shirts, food, panel conversations with Q&A, and then we're gonna have some poetry. All right, and then 9:30, 10 o'clock, take your ass home, and then we'll see you Friday next morning, 9 o'clock. I gotta take this out. We trying to figure out who's gonna pull libations. That's why I didn't take this out yet. So we didn't know if Jahi was gonna do. We're still gonna do libations or not. I gotta talk to Onyx, to see whether Baba wanted him to be doing something at 9:30. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna have Sophia Bugs on, and then that's the old schedule. Yeah, this is the old schedule. I got another schedule that I don't have. Where's it at? I forgot. Old Tickets Gallery, Fruit of the God. Oh, this one. That's the t-shirts.
Yeah, that's the shirt.
Okay. All right, fam. That's it for y'all. Y'all don't see behind the scenes. That's enough for y'all seeing behind the scenes tonight. Hey, peace to my big bro, man. I love you like cook food, man. Ramasu, I love you too, man.
Peace.
Hey, gonna get that. People might be wondering this. I should have asked this like 30 minutes ago. Like, do I have to only come to Detroit if I want to study with the Tamarian Institute? Like, what's the how moving forward? What's your vision of how you will be introducing protectors of the planet to the rest of the United States first before the world?
I mean, we do travel and teach, so you can get in contact with us, and we'll come to wherever you at, you know, do workshops and stuff like that. And also, we have martial arts conferences, just like we had a psychedelic conference. We have camps. We have martial arts camps where we do around the country. We have an international camp when we go to Africa and learn in Africa from the African tribes, they certain systems. So we definitely do travel, and that's before Baba was, you know, really going around showing the mushrooms. He went around showing martial arts. So I plan on, you know, taking the baton right where he left it. So
we'll be doing the cyber classes too. We'll have well, you can have enrollment. You know, we had a cyber school too for those that's out of town and want to actually do everything that come with the school. But you know, we deal with the mycology and the martial arts and other things too. So we will have an online class, a virtual school, so to say.
Yes, but it's better in public. I mean, it's better in person, ladies and gentlemen.
Everybody say you can't get the flavor of it.
The virtual is to get you like moving, but you're gonna have to show up live and in person. Like even in our tablet, Señata, rule number 18 is the only one that's highlighted in bold. It said when workshops are held, attend them. They are for your benefit. Period. Because you can't get the feel.
Well, you have to feel
it. That thing, like, is it here or is it up here? Like, is it the elbow getting checked or is it the bicep? Like, you need to, like, you can hear that skin popping. You need to feel.
You
need to feel the pop.
Yeah.
Feel the pop. You need to feel. Right, and then you need to feel getting back up after the pop. You know what I'm saying? So
getting over that fear, getting the fear to pop.
Knowing how much to put on it. You know, so if you get used to somebody punching at you, say you punch at me real quick. Just knowing one more time. Just knowing that.
Ooh.
Knowing how to put that on
there. Brad, you all right? You all right? Messing with you. I'm just messing with you. Been doing that for years. Somebody said, are there any ways to come prepared for the conference? Shit, you might get 3 answers from 3 people. I don't know, Brad, you go first.
Any way to come prepared? Are there any ways to come prepared for the conference? The fact that you coming already is a preparation. You don't have to do nothing but really bring yourself and be ready and be open. That's about it. You know, it's not no preparation, not like a power nap you could take or some meditation. Just come. Just come and get in. That's all it is. Just like the fear, getting over the fear doing the mushroom. Like, and I want to put this out here too. 3 grams is my training dosage. That's what I go out. I could go out into the world. I could go into combat off of 3 grams. And that's over a year. That's over the years though. Now, I ain't trying to say like I'm just a super guy. At first, only a gram. Like I could operate, I could fight, whatever, off a gram. But over the years of building up my what's the word?
Stamina.
Building up my tolerance. I could not 3 grams. I could go like I do 3 grams. I go in the backyard. I do some knife techniques. Or I do some stick techniques. Or I could go out into the world and function. I could go around the corner to his house. I could operate off of 3 grams. That's my training dosage right there. Now maybe over the time, once I get to like 30 and 40, it might be 5 grams. You know, so just I mean, how the hell did I get it? Well, just coming is preparation.
As far as the conference, just come because it's just gonna be a good time. You're gonna be around family. We're gonna be chopping it up, having, you know, talking about our experiences and stuff like that. So, you know, just come in and get the information. That's all it is. There ain't nothing that you got to prepare for.
I would tell you to bring a journal and a notebook and maybe a tape recorder, because you're not gonna be able to catch everything. Your cup is going to be overflowing. So come with an empty cup and come with an open mind and write your questions down now before you get there. But book it.
I mean, cut y'all, but don't be afraid because we want to hear the story. We want to meet y'all. We want to hear the stories. We want to hear what y'all came up with. You know, it's going to be an exchange. You got to think for years, man. It was just us. And then I'm not saying like we was the only ones doing it, but as far as we know, it wasn't nobody else doing it, talking about going over 5 grams or talking about exploring these things. You know, it's just us and what Baba was teaching us. Like I said, we went from watching him talk to us in the kitchen, to the living room, to the building, to the conference, to the world. You know, and like I said, our teachers was a little different from what he taught everybody. He told everybody else these things possible, let's get it in. With us, he gave us structure and almost you know, almost lessons with it.
He told us we had to do it in the dark.
Yeah.
Alone by ourselves. We had sitters, but they weren't in there with us.
And we're like, what we do? We're like, you tell me what happened after it's over with. Yeah. So it wasn't like, you know, all right, I want you to go in there. I want you to look for this. If this happened, don't worry about this. Only thing we got, well, you can't die, so don't be scared of nothing. That's it.
Fred, tell me about the Tamarian room.
At the conference, yeah, we're gonna have a Tamarian room where that's really like a free fall room right there. We're gonna have all the Tamarian cats in there. We have the brothers and sisters in there. They'll be doing lectures. We'll be having videos. We'll be having there just to chop it up. If you want to chop it up about something, if you gave a lecture and you feel like it was a little couple things you wanted to still talk about, you can do that. If people want to sit there and talk to the people who's giving lectures, you can sit in there and chop it up. Like it's gonna be an open room. We'll be doing martial arts in there. We've been doing workshops. And in there, you know, the Tamarian room just us really just being ourselves in there and getting it in.
Chop up room.
The chop up room.
To chill and relax if you want to relax.
Yeah, you just want to chill. Yeah.
If you want to talk to the presenter after his lecture, but if you had a couple questions that couldn't get answered, that's the Tamarian room.
We had the Tamarian mycologists in there. If you want to get some, you know, get tighten up on the mycology, they'll be in there to give you tips or pointers or exchange information. Or that room will be there open for everything.
Facts on deck. So somebody was asking, my man Ak was asking about Dr. Jerry. So we're gonna try to zoom in 3 speakers from outside of the country. So we're gonna try to zoom in Peter Andreas about the Yi Ming Zhu for 20-30 minutes maybe. We're gonna Darren LeBaron, an absolute monster. Listen to what I'm telling you.
He ain't gonna be able to make it.
No, they can't come. They can't come out of the UK.
They can't even leave out
leave the UK. However, he's gonna come on Friday because I talked to him and he was like he can do a Zoom on Friday. So he's gonna be in the main hall doing his thug thizzle. So if you don't know who Darren LeBaron is, go find out fast in a hurry. I could put up on Instagram. And then I talked to Jerry. Matter of fact, he just texting me now. Dr. Jerry is not going to be there, but we're going to try to get him to zoom in as well because, like, even at the end of Baba's lecture in Atlanta, he had Jerry's picture, and he was very. I feel Baba was like, "Yo, the Toad was a part of our training." You know what I'm saying? Because you talking about facing your fears. You think you're gonna face some fears on 5 grams or 10 grams. When you see that Toad, God damn it, you gonna like it's gonna meet you. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it'll also change your whole life. Go look up, type up Mike Tyson, Dr. Jerry. Watch the interview. Go see all the interviews I did with Dr. Jerry. It's not no game. If I could get some Toad, I'd love to do some ceremonies on Monday. If people wanted to stay till Monday, so I will announce that, like, if that happens. But if it don't happen, then it can't happen. But definitely won't be.
Bro, look at their results with Mike, though, man. You know what I'm saying? Look at them results. Look what he started doing. You know what I'm saying? He got into the cannabis industry, made millions. He got back in the gym. Look how he moving, man. You know what I'm saying? This got to be enough evidence for y'all that this man, that Baba got out here, put all this stuff out here. Then you seeing Mike do this. It's for y'all too. It's for us too. We can make these changes, man. It's not. This ain't just no movie stuff right here. This is actual reality. And you got the evidence. You got people doing it. You got people that look like you in your culture doing it.
I look like doing it. I got listen. I look like y'all. I got 3 felonies. I did the Toad on my birthday on May 18th, 2018. I got 1 Yi Ming Zhu. And I promise you, my life ain't nowhere at all like what it was looking like 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, it even baffles me myself to just be like, it's only been like 13 months since you dealt with the toad. It's only been a little over 2 years since you dealt with the mushrooms. But it's the company I keep. I keep the squares out my circle. I keep the squares out my circle. I don't be worrying about whether they got my back or not, but I'm around some warriors who ain't scared. You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all hanging around really low, scary vibrations, and that's why you ain't seeing the success that you want. You know what I'm saying? I want to lose this gut and get me some guns like Ramasu, but I know I want Ramasu to get his bank account up so he can go start buying these buildings around the country. You know what I'm saying? So we working like teamwork, make the dream work out here. You feel what I'm saying? So you're gonna see somebody at this conference that you needed to talk to. You better bring your phone where you can put some numbers in there. It's a networking event. You know what I'm saying?
You definitely gonna come across some people that's in your path. You're gonna be coming across people like, I know you from somewhere. I know I've seen your face and never seen them before a day in this life. But it's definitely gonna be some connections going on. That's what it's about. And like we said, where else have y'all been to an ethnogenic conference that was headed by our culture in the United States?
Period. Nowhere.
And he's seen that was needed because, like I said, some people sent for him, some people put him up, but the majority, Bobby was doing that on his own. He's seen what was needed. He's seeing what was there. He's like, okay, I see what's missing. He even talked about it in some. That's even the title of some of his lectures, you know. And it's time for us, man. It's time. It's time. It's time. It's definitely time. I wish I could. I can't wait for. Like you were saying, the future. I can't wait to see how it's gonna be in the future when we start getting to people from Mexico, people from Russia, people from the islands. You know what I'm saying? That actually coming up because we're not the only ones. That'd be arrogant for us to believe we're the only ones. There's definitely some more brothers and sisters around the world that's doing this. It's different languages and different things with it, but it's definitely gonna be connected. But we got to get our shit together first. How we gonna expand across the world? We ain't got ours together first, and we got to put that work in. We got to stop being lazy. We got to stop being scared, and we got to stop going against each other. Let's get it in. It's time. This man put it in. He laid it down for us. Let's get it. And the Tamarians, we here. We ready. Let's go. We ready.
These all facts, my man. We will be bum rushing the breaking convention when they open up in 3 years. They're gonna be like, oh, that's the KI network again. Like when Bob was related, they would put him up in a room sometimes, like at 9 o'clock in the morning, way up here. It's gonna be so many speakers from the KI network. You're gonna know when it's gonna be one on every damn floor. You're gonna be like, oh well, damn, Voodoo's over there, the main speaker. Bread is over here doing this over here. Tim is over here doing that. We got Darren over here doing this. But Darren do got 2 4-4s over there in Europe. He is not playing with them people over there whatsoever.
Right.
Like the agenda that he had, like his vision, like now it's up for us to come through. You know what I'm saying? Like gangbusters. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what we're doing. Like you're gonna see this. Like catch us now before we go to Europe. You know what I'm saying? Catch us now before we all up in Croatia, before we all up in Asia, before we in Thailand or wherever. You know what I'm saying? Get it from people that look like you. That's really the natural way that you're supposed to be taught. Spanish people learn French from Spanish people. Chinese people learn Portuguese from other Chinese people. Why don't you come and learn entheogens about yourself from somebody that looks like you? We're not gonna be it ain't gonna be no debates about this part. There ain't gonna be no Bible thumpers in there. I'll tell you that now. You're gonna be escorted out. I'm gonna be security. I'm gonna be like all Bible thumpers. Be like, come in for a second. I'm gonna hoodwink your ass. My man said
they probably need them to stay because that's part of it. You know, they be asking that part out, man. I don't know why that's why we got it in the church. It's all the same thing.
Yes. Somebody said any salvia experts. I'm absolutely sure Acacia's gonna be there. Listen, bro.
Yeah, she'll be there. But they asked about the spin. Like I personally, like, man, I did salvia a couple times. For me, it's not for me because when I did it, it's a feminine energy, and she presented herself to me, but she was manipulating, and I don't like that shit. I don't like nobody trying to manipulate me or work me, you know. So I really don't deal with the sag because she embraced me. I ain't like the way she was doing it, man. She wanted to use me and use my power, and she wanted to she had her own agenda, and I wasn't with that shit. So that's just me. I don't know what everybody else, but that was my experience.
Red, I'm gonna tell you, my man who asked that question. Hey, Ramasu, when Art and Brad stand side by side, we gonna take that picture and we're gonna be like, now these niggas is brothers. I mean, who asked that question? Like when he get to you, y'all gonna be like inseparable. Like I'm telling you, y'all got so much in common. I ain't gonna spoil neither one of y'all surprise, but like when you be talking, I be hearing I'll be saying something. I just be like, you know what? Cause I'm gonna be running one of the cameras. He's out in Hollywood. He's like he do film and stuff, so he gonna come in and help us capture content. But I was like, yo, I already got this is who I'm putting you on right here. I
see you when you get here.
Trust me. And then Knowledge Moore says Savi is no joke. No joke.
Yeah, she just ain't for me, man. I don't like the way she want to use it. I don't like her pimp game.
Acacia talking about she's not a salvia expert. Acacia's little knowledge is expert to everybody else. Okay,
right.
So she's very modest. You know what I'm saying? But I bet you she got more than 20 minutes on salvia, where it came from, all right there. So, and if she ain't the expert, who she tell you to go see, you should make haste and go over there and see. Okay, so that's a fact. So yeah. Man said no expert by any means. I've had enough to know I don't want or need anymore. Damn, y'all about to salvia like that?
I'm telling you, man. Hey, man, it's a fit. Hey, man. Like I said, I can't speak for everybody else, but I know what she tried with me, and I ain't with that. You ain't about to be pimping me like that.
Keisha says, in fact, never to be smoked, only chewed. And Maria Sabina chewed it fresh when the mushroom not in season. I tried only a few times. Y'all don't even know what Acacia's few times is. She's the diviner, only for questions, and I don't got any for her. Now, if Acacia ain't got no questions for her, I'm straight.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's just for certain people. We not the salvia people.
And we smoked it too.
Oh well, then hey, Captain AK. First off, I'm good. If you don't want none, Acacia don't want none, then I'm straight. I'm just trying to get this. I'm trying to get this Tamarian blue about these rice cakes. That's all I'm trying to do. All right, man. I appreciate y'all. Like I said, my brothers for sticking in with me this long. Y'all was late as hell, but
yeah, you know,
we had fun. We did
a couple obstacles, man. Some. Hey, that's just how it is with us, man. It's never straight and smooth with us. It's always something, man. It's always something, man. We just accepted that, you know. That's just a way part of life.
Absolutely. All right, man. I'm gonna get it y'all in a minute. Peace.
So, one. See y'all at the conference.
Peace.